and welcome to Winging It with Ash. I am Ash. Welcome to my channel. This week I thought I would do a Q&A as a lot of you seem to have questions since I've moved to Spain, and I thought it would be fairly simple to put it all in one little video. You guys seem to have a lot of questions for me, and some of those questions all seem to be the same, so I thought it would be fairly simple and easy to put it all in one video for you so that you can get all the answers you want. I asked on YouTube, and I also asked on Instagram for you guys to send me your questions, and I've pulled quite a few of those and put them on my phone so that I can answer those today. I have been sick with COVID this last week. I am at the very end of it, but that is why I'm still kind of nasally and my voice is a little weird. So please understand that I am just getting out of a sickness. It is so hot. Okay, so I've put my hair up, I've put my fan on, I've opened all the windows and doors. Screw it. I was trying to be better with the sound and the noise, and yeah, but it's just impossible. Literally my whole body is sweating and I was feeling like I was going to pass out. How are you feeling? More positive about the future? Question mark. In all honesty, yeah, some days I feel really great. Other days, not so much. I question if the decisions I'm making are the right ones. So there are days where I am totally questioning what I'm doing, if it's the right thing. But then there are other days where it seems that I have confirmation after confirmation that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Since being in Paris, I have been using BetterHelp, which I have a therapist through BetterHelp who I see weekly, and who are also the sponsors of this video. It has been so helpful to have a therapist who I see weekly and who I can talk to and communicate my feelings and my anxieties and my worries and my concerns. Someone who is always there to ask the right questions each week so that I can work through whatever it is that I am dealing with that week. BetterHelp has over 20,000 therapists who have expertise in many different areas. To be honest, I started out with a therapist that they referred to me, and we had our first meeting, and after that first meeting I knew it was not a good match. It was not somebody that I felt comfortable with, and we just didn't click. But then I was given the option to choose a therapist out of a large list of therapists, and by reading the profile I was able to find a therapist that was best for me. And you know what, after that, like, my therapist Cassie, she and I connect on so many levels. I am a Christian, and to me it's important to find a Christian therapist. My therapist, because what I want, she gives me verses that go with what I'm dealing with, or she always prays with me before the end of my session. This is something that I specifically was looking for, and I was able to find in this 20,000 therapist network. They have therapists who can deal with many different situations, who have experiences in many different areas, and you can find exactly what you're looking for in that amount of therapists. And you can change your therapist. If it's not going well with the first one, it's no extra charge to find someone else that will actually work well for you. BetterHelp is an amazing service. It's available to anyone around the world. So wherever you're at, if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to bounce things off of, if you're going through something difficult and you need an outside perspective, I highly recommend BetterHelp. And if the first person that you speak to is not a great option for you, then keep looking, because you will find someone who works best in your situation. In this partnership, I'm able to give you 10% off in the link below, so if you are interested in signing up for BetterHelp, and you can use my discount code WingingIt to get 10% off. In all honesty, I highly recommend BetterHelp. I do use them every week, and I have found that it has been incredibly helpful in my growth and my overall happiness. There are a lot of other aspects, like going to church again and making friends and staying busy, that have also really helped, as well as going to the gym. Like, I feel like going to the gym and getting that physical activity has also really helped me. But I do, for the most part, every day I feel happy and I feel joy again, and I'm so excited about what the future has. How are you liking Barcelona? Barcelona is an amazing city. I am really enjoying my time here. Mostly I have met incredible people. I think my number one worry or concern was that I would feel lonely while being here in this city. But right off the get-go, the first week, I met some amazing people. They invited me out, and it's been so awesome to just connect to people and to do things with fun travelers, people who love the city. And so yeah, I have been really enjoying myself. I also have been getting many messages from people who have seen like my moving to Barcelona video, and then inviting me out for coffee or wanting to meet up, and I have taken them up on that, and it's been great. It's been such an amazing way to meet people who already know the city and who can show me more about the city, and then yeah, just meeting amazing people. Do you keep in touch with the Welshman or your Welshman? I do keep in contact with the Welshman. So much love to him. Like, yes, we keep in contact. We're friends. It's tough. It's still tough. It's not an easy situation, but yeah, I think that we both hold so much love for each other, and understand why it didn't work out. So I think that, yeah, I would hate to lose him as a friend. Next question is, how much is your monthly budget in Spain? So currently I am spending $750 on rent and $30 on the gym and $20 on my SIM card, and then I have already paid for my language course. So I think that those are all the things that I'm paying for currently, and then food, obviously. Through Patreon, AdSense, and sponsorships, I am able to pay for these things each and every month, but I'm not making much more than that. Hopefully soon I will start making above and beyond what I'm spending, but currently I am making pretty much what I spend. What job do you have that allows you so much travel? YouTube. YouTube allows this. You guys allow this. That you watch my YouTube videos and that I make videos about travel. This is what allows me to travel. I love that I am able to do this as my job. I feel incredibly thankful, and I plan to continue doing this for a long time, and I hope to be able to travel a whole lot more. Do you have long-term plans to live abroad? Yeah, no, yes, no. Long-term, I don't have plans. I don't know. I am open to opportunities and things that come my way, but yes, I do plan on at least traveling more, because that's what my business is. That's what this YouTube channel is. That's what my future is looking like, is more travel. And so living abroad is something that I've definitely considered. Here in Spain, I wouldn't have considered coming here unless there was an option or opportunity. As an American, it is not very easy to get visas in Europe and or the UK, obviously. I've gone through all of that. So when considering a place to come to, I needed to consider something that potentially could be longer term. Here in Spain, they are working currently on a visa that will allow digital nomads or people who work remotely to live in this country and get year-long visas at a time. That is something that I'm very interested in the future and would potentially apply for once it's available. Currently, it is not. It's still in the process, and there are places like Portugal or Estonia that do have visas that allow people to work remotely in the country. So I know that it's a possibility and that they are currently working on it, but in the meantime, I need to apply for a student visa to be able to stay here longer than my tourist visa will allow. Do you ever meet up with Winging It fans in real life? Yes, I do. Actually, this last week I met with a girl and we went to breakfast together. She messaged me, saw my video, recently moved to Barcelona, and wanted to make a friend. And so we went out to lunch. There are a few other people that have messaged me here in the city, and I have gone out for a drink or for coffee. And yeah, so if you message me, if you're coming to Barcelona on a trip, we can definitely plan to go for a drink together. I would love that. I love meeting new people. I love meeting you guys. And I have no problem meeting with you in the city and going out and enjoying, you know, Barcelona together. I think it's fun. How long do you see yourself continuing your adventures, and do you long for stability? Yes. Yes, I long for stability. I think that, that's a good question. Yeah, stability is something that I definitely want, and I think that with age it becomes more of a desire for me to have stability. I realize that right now this is an opportunity, but it does not provide stability, and so it's kind of a choice that I have to make, whether or not I want to have stability or to take the chance with the option of having stability in the future and having these opportunities. So I am choosing these opportunities for now, but definitely stability in the future is something that I'm working towards and trying to work long-term towards. If you say, how long do I see myself continuing my adventures? I see me continuing these adventures for a long time, but I also see these adventures allowing for stability in my future. So through my videos, through the income that I make from YouTube and my videos and sponsorships, it will allow me to save money in the future, for me to potentially buy a house in the future. If I plan on this being my main income, then I will continue working really hard to make this stable, to make YouTube stable. To make my income from YouTube stable, allowing me to have stability. Would you be open to having subscribers travel with you for like a week? Yeah, this is something that I've thought of so many times. Like, I would love to do some kind of tour with you guys, like even just a small group of people. If you guys would be interested, I've mentioned it to patrons before, but like even here in Barcelona to do like a week tour around Spain, or even going back up to Wales in the UK maybe in the fall was a thought that I had. But yeah, it's something that I've thought about quite a bit, but I don't know that I want to be fully responsible for it. I would like to go on the trip with you guys and enjoy the trip instead of being the one in charge of the trip. So doing it with a company would be ideal. It would be something that I would definitely think about and be open to, but I have yet to find a company that I want to do something like that with. I haven't even really looked, but it's been something that's been on my mind. So yeah, if you guys would be interested in like a UK tour or a Spanish tour, maybe in the fall. Fall's kind of close. Maybe spring next year. Let me know, because it would be something that I would absolutely love. But I don't want to be in charge of it. Like, I want to enjoy it with you guys. Like, I want to have fun and not like stress. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Who wouldn't want to just go and have fun with you guys? Is your family coming to visit? At the moment, there are no plans for my family to come to visit before December, but if I stay longer in Spain, if that's the plan and it ends up happening that way, then more than likely they will come to visit me. I really hope so. They've never been to Europe, so I would love to show them around. The person who is going to come to visit me is Laura. I'm really looking forward to having her here in Barcelona and showing her around the city. How did you find this school costs, apartment costs, and living expenses? Okay, so I did talk about living expenses and my apartment costs, but my school I found specifically because I was interested in not only learning the language, but learning about the culture. And many of the schools here in Barcelona are very focused on the language and not really a cultural aspect. So that is why specifically I chose the school that I'm going to. For a 24-week course, you get 9 weeks within that off, so it's not 24 weeks full-on language course, but 9 of those weeks are vacation. It was around $2,000, so not a terrible expense. Like, I think $2,000 for 5 months of school is very minimal when you think about going to college and paying for those courses. And the courses that I am taking are accredited. accredited, so you can get accreditation for them for college if you wanted. Will you come back to Wales? Oh, I would love to go back to Wales. I think in the fall, my visa, like I will be able to get another 6-month tourist visa back into the UK. I would love to revisit the UK. There are things in England and Scotland that I would love to film, love to share, but also I left a piece of my heart in Wales, and so I would love the opportunity to go back at any point, really. Are you going to travel to Mexico? Well, I'm learning Spanish, so I feel like once I learn Spanish, it would be really cool to like kind of learn, like go into other Spanish-speaking cultures and see like how my Spanish holds up, learning Spain Spanish versus like South American Spanish, Central American Spanish, like Latin, Latino Spanish. I'm actually not sure what I'm supposed to say there. Have you tried cooking or baking any new foods from Spain? I have not. They have this thing here called a tortilla? And it's not like the tortillas that we know back home. It's actually kind of like an egg dish where it's eggs and potatoes together. I feel like it's something that I could easily make, so I might give it a go. But other than that, paella, I'm not a big fan. What else would I try to make? I've made... No, I haven't. Are you learning Catalan along with Spanish? Here's the thing, it is confusing being here in Barcelona where they speak Catalan most of the time. And so sometimes I don't know if it's Spanish or Catalan. I can't tell the difference. I most of the time just assume that it's Spanish when I probably should be assuming that it's Catalan. So when we go into class, many people in my class, including myself, will ask my teacher about a specific word, and then he will let us know that it is Catalan and not Spanish, and then it's so annoying. It's very difficult to know which is which, although they are very different languages. As a learner, I don't know the difference, so I can't tell unless I ask. And so yeah, there are words that I am learning in Catalan because they are everywhere. You learn things by seeing it often, and so I am seeing Catalan while being here, but it is a little more confusing for learning Spanish. Which country do I fancy next? I don't know. I would love to go to Italy. It's not very far away from here in Spain. There are so many places in Spain that I am going to explore before going to Italy, but I think Italy might be next on my list because it's not very difficult to get to, and I'm definitely down to eat some Italian food. Any countries you'd still like to visit? Yes, of course. I have so many countries to still visit. How do you find solo travel after traveling with another for years? Wow, good question. Very good question. I don't like solo travel. I don't think that solo travel is for me, and I have recently learned this. Anything I like enjoying with someone else and not doing it on my own. So I think for me, when going on trips, when visiting places, I will invite someone to come with me. I will do those things with someone else because my enjoyment of that place will be so much better being with someone. How are you feeling about embarking in this new adventure? What fears do you have, if any? I have so many fears. When I came here, I was afraid that I was going to be incredibly lonely, that I was going to spend a lot of evenings all alone in my apartment. And now I feel like I am really excited when I have the opportunity to be alone in my apartment. The fears that I did have, they are fears that, yeah, they didn't end up coming to fruition. I was so worried about things that weren't even what happened. So I'm so thankful for that. The fears that I have long term are probably still more relevant towards what I feel weekly, daily, where my stability will come from, if I will be successful at doing this all alone. Will I be successful at learning Spanish? Can I be fluent? Choosing Barcelona when Catalan's another language, and used widely in my area, so I'm not hearing Spanish as much as I'd like. All these things play into the fears that I have of moving here to this city, but I feel like it's not enough to stop me from being here. It's not enough to think that this is a completely terrible idea. So I will keep going and do my very best to make sure that I am successful in living here in Barcelona, Spain. What are some tips for first-time solo travel in the US or international? I think that it's good when you go on a solo trip to know yourself and know what you're comfortable with. Set boundaries and make sure that you are making sure you are in safe situations at all times. If you feel uncomfortable being in a hostel, then don't book a hostel. If you know that it's dangerous in your area at night, don't go out at night. And the biggest thing is to not do stupid things. I find that a lot of people get in trouble because they are doing things that are not smart, like getting drunk and going out at night without being with people that you can trust. I think that a lot of robberies, a lot of getting lost or being in bad situations happen because people are not making wise decisions. Another tip is to make sure that those who love and care about you know where you're at. So send addresses, make sure, maybe even share your location on your phone so that any family members or friends, if anything were to happen to you, are able to find where you're at. And third, make friends. Travel is not as fun all by yourself. So if you are able to make friends wherever you go, then that is the best way to get to know locals, to get to know other travelers, people who are interested in travel just like you. So that is like definitely top of my list of tips, is to make friendships, relationships, because they can last a lifetime, and you may have another place that you can visit by making a friend in another country. Are you still thinking about being a flight attendant? No, not at the moment. There are some crazy things that are happening up in the air, and I don't know if I want to deal with that. I think that with everything that's happened recently, before I was hired by the airlines, or after I was hired by the airlines, a lot has gone down, and I don't know if that is the right place for me. Yeah, I commend all the flight attendants out there for them doing their job, but there are too many crazy people, and the stress of being up in the air just seems to bring the worst out of people, and I don't know that I want that. I don't know if I want that as part of my daily life or my job. I've definitely, I was very excited about being a flight attendant, and I think that I would actually love the job for the most part, but there are a lot of negatives to it as well that I think would not be good for me. How are you maintaining your relationship with Christ? Has travel hurt it? Because I am in one place right now, I am able to find a church and a community and be a part of it. I think when traveling full-time, it is very difficult to be a part of a community, and so it does inherently hurt not only your relationship with God, but also just the body of Christ. So yeah, I think that in many ways it has hurt it, but also in many ways I've had to rely on God through my situations and through daily life. So yeah, there are good and bad aspects. I think now I have been so excited about being in one place and being a part of a community again. So it's something that I immediately went seeking out, and I love the church that I am going to here in Barcelona. They have services that are in English, and it has been an awesome place where I feel at home, which yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better. In future, any plan regarding traveling channel like WayAway? Okay, so this is the big news. I have full ownership of the WayAway, and I do plan on making content on the way away, and very, very soon. I'm really looking forward to reviving that channel. I have no idea what it's gonna look like. I have no idea what YouTube's gonna do with it, but I'm going to make new content on the way away, and I want to make sure that it's more polished content, and I believe that that will open so many more opportunities for me. So if you are subscribed to the way away or have been in the past, be sure to go back to the way away and hit the bell so that you're notified when I start posting on that channel. I believe that it will be in the next week or two that I'm going to put my very first video up on that channel and kind of explain what my idea is for the channel and where I want to go with it. So if you are interested in maybe more polished content or more content from me, the way away is the place to go. I have started kind of cleaning up that channel, and I also have put a new banner up, so yeah, the branding has changed a little bit. So yeah, I'm super excited about that, and I hope you guys are as well. This has been a very long Q&A video. I am so thankful that you have all stuck around and listened to my answers to all of your very good questions. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Again, if you are interested in therapy, if you are going through something, or if you just need someone to talk to, someone outside the situation, BetterHelp is an amazing place for that. I use it all the time, every week. Once a week, every week. I have my link down below. You can use that. Alright, thank you so much for being a part of my adventures. So many more things for me to share with you guys while here in Barcelona, and my future travels, who knows where. Who knows? Opportunities will come. Alright, goodbye. Adios.